everyone, Helen here. Nice to have you here to come and spend some time with me. And it's now December, hooray! And yes, I'm very happy. I do love December. It's my birthday month and I do like Christmas as well, and I just like all the pretty lights that brighten up this dark time of year that we have here. I'm in Durham in the northeast of England, if you haven't been here before, and you are all very welcome. So it's a while since I've chatted to you properly because the last couple of podcasts have been in the camper van, so I only talked about camper van things and taken you off on journeys, but I'm here today, and whilst I am normally in my craft room when I'm chatting to you, I just thought I had to come and sit next to the Christmas tree. I've put it up especially early so I can sit beside it and chat to you, so it'll look all nice and Christmassy. And I'm surrounded by all sorts of things to chat to you about, crafty things, and I am by the piano as well, so I am actually going to play the piano for you today. And yeah, we'll see. I think it could be a bit of a rambling chat today. We'll see how it goes. So let's just get straight on with it and see what happens. So the first thing that the finished project that I want to show you, I haven't got here anymore because it's been sent off as a gift for a very young relative of mine. She's just going to be 4 years old. But I did do a little video of the gift that I made for her before I packed it up and sent it off. And it's a little rabbit play set. It's by a designer called Little Bichon, I think. I think she's a French designer, but she does her patterns in French and in English. And she's started doing a series of little crocheted animals that take you through the seasons. So I think her first set was a couple of animals for autumn. And no, I think the first ones were for summer, sorry. And now she's just brought out autumn ones, or recently. And it was one of those little animals that I decided to make. Thought it would be a really nice present. Lots of clothes. So take a look at this beautiful little rabbit and all of its clothes and things. The little girl who I've sent it to, her big sister got I don't know if you saw it, a long while ago I made a little mouse in a suitcase that was all crocheted with lots of little clothes and little bits and bobs. Oh, I loved making that, and it was really, really appreciated. And so I'm sure that this little relative of mine is going to enjoy playing with Little Rabbit. Well, I hope so anyway. So that's not really very Christmassy. She's got a December birthday, but early on in December. And of course I have been making other things that are gifts that I can't show you. And but just very quickly, I did tell you last time I was chatting about my craft room that I wanted to try and make 2 or 3 pairs of socks before Christmas for Christmas presents. So one of them is finished. It's using the last year's West Yorkshire Spinners sock yarn. Beautiful and sparkly it is. And I'll not say who it's for, but they are presents, just in case they're watching. So I've done 1 pair of socks, and then I've nearly finished another pair of socks. So you can see one's finished, one I've just got to do the foot and the toe. And so I had enough of the West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas yarn left to make another pair of socks, although I have put in a contrast cuff and just toe, actually. Yeah, toe. I didn't do a contrast heel. I probably could have not done that, but because they're going into the same family, then I didn't want the socks to be identical. So anyway, so I'm well on with that. So I think I'll probably get a 3rd pair of socks finished in time for Christmas. So that's the socks. I can't wait to show you what I've made for my sister, but she might just watch, so I'm not going to show you. I'm going to take some photos of it before I wrap it up, and then I'll have to show you after Christmas. I really love it, the thing that I've made. Anyway, I can't show you now. And then what else have I been doing? I decided that I wasn't going to do any Advent make-alongs this year, because last year I did the felt picture where I had to sew on an extra bit of the picture each day, and I loved doing it, but it took me absolutely hours. I thought it would take me about 5 or 10 minutes a day. But no, it took me at least an hour every day. So I thought, I can't really do that again as an Advent thing. And I also did the watercolour Advent calendar, so where you had to paint a little picture each day. So I've done that for the last couple of years, and I decided not to do that this year. So I wasn't going to do anything. And then I saw that Anna and Carlos were doing an Advent make-along, which I have done theirs before, when they were making a knitted colourwork bauble every day for 24 days, which, that took a bit of time as well. But this time I thought maybe it won't be so time consuming, and I like the mystery element of it. So all I've had to do so far is, because this is, I'm actually recording this before the 1st of December. So by the time this goes out, I'll have done 3 or 4 days of this thing. But anyway, it's going to be a stocking, and all you had to do to get ready to start was to knit the toe. So, and I did. I was very proud of myself. I managed a closed toe cast on, or a Turkish cast on, which was definitely a lot easier than doing it for when I made the duck, the Mush and Friends duck, and it was on really, really thin needles. Definitely easier on, I think these are 3.5mm needles. So every day through Advent, they're going to give you 6 rounds of the pattern of the sock, apart from a couple of days, which it's going to take a couple of days to do the heel, I think. But otherwise, it's going to be 6 a day, so I don't know what the pattern's going to be, and I think that's quite exciting. I think I can cope with 6 rounds a day, so we'll see anyway. I've got this yarn here, which I've never used before. It's Rowan, because Anna and Carlos are sort of promoters of Rowan things, and it's called Rowan Norwegian Wool. It's very nice. So it's going to make a nice sock, and it's going to be nice for colour work, I think. It's not really rough, but you probably be fine with that against your skin as well, actually. Anyway, so I've got green, red and white, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that is going to turn out. So that's that. And I have got I've got a couple of Advent calendars. I've just got a normal cardboard one with doors on it, because I love the old-fashioned kind of Advent calendar to open a little door each day. And then I've got another one, which is a Kew Gardens one, which is a bit fancier, and I think you have to put things together. I haven't even opened it yet. as I say, as I'm recording this, it isn't quite December. So I think probably next time I chat to you, I'll show you those advent calendars that I bought. And I also treated myself to Paula from Stitched by Mrs. D, to her advent, what did she call it? Teddy Bear Club, her advent one. So I think it's a 12-day advent calendar. I haven't opened it yet. The box is still as it came. I can't wait to open that. And so it's a 12-day one, so I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to wait until the 13th of December and do it every day up to Christmas Eve, or if I'll start on the 1st and then do it on alternate days, or I don't know. Anyway, I haven't decided yet because I haven't even opened the box. So that should be exciting. That was a real treat, and I justified treating myself to that because before the summer holidays I had quite an intensive week of giving somebody piano lessons, lots of piano lessons, like 3 1-hour piano lessons in a week. 3 piano lessons, so 6 1-hour lessons I gave over a fortnight, and that was quite hard work because it was quite an advanced level student. And the money that I earned from that was like extra, and I thought, right, I'm going to treat myself. So I can't wait to look at the box. It should be really good. And actually, in the post, just before I started chatting to you today, something else that I ordered from Paula from Stitched by Mrs. D was one of her Christmas project bags, because it just looked, I couldn't resist. I don't really need another project bag, I know. Although I haven't got lots of Christmas ones, so maybe it's okay. And it's just here behind me. So I haven't even opened it yet. So I haven't seen it in real life yet. So Paula sends a little postcard with a kind of a character sketch. What do you call those? Anyway, a little drawing of her. It's lovely. So look at this parcel. Green tissue paper and a beautiful red ribbon. So let's just have a look. Yeah, so I actually haven't opened it. It's only just come. Took it out of the envelope, obviously. But yeah, let's see what I've got here. It's appropriate, isn't it, to be opening a present by the tree. And oh, look at that. Oh, wow. So it's made of red velvet, and then it's got this fur fabric edging. It says Merry Christmas on the label there. And it's white inside, and got Mrs. D label inside there. Oh, that's gorgeous. And it's a really nice size. I think, yeah, I've got a fair collection of smaller, sock-sized ones, like the one I just showed you before. But this size actually is really useful, and I haven't got so many. Oh, that is so lovely. I'm really pleased with that. Whoa, beautiful. Yes, so I told you it was going to be a bit rambly today. And you might have noticed on the tree beside me that I've got Dapper Donkey and Wolfie sitting in the tree. Well, I don't normally have animals like that in the tree, but I put them there to remind me, just to remind me to tell you that I'd been out for a lovely walk this morning. And I took Dapper and Wolfie out with me. They looked out of the window this morning and they were very excited to see that it was snowing. And they said, please, can we come on your walk with you this morning? So I put them into a bag and off we went. So yeah, I took 1 or 2 photos of them. Well, it did start snowing while I was out quite heavily, so they got a bit covered in snow, but I think they're already dried out. So, but when I put them there just before I started chatting to you, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be great just to have a Christmas tree with all of the Moosh and friends in it? Oh, that would be really nice. I'm going to come back to them probably next week or the week after with some special surprises involving these animals. So that's to come. That's not this week. I just love putting the Christmas tree up, when you get the boxes out of ours are in the loft bit of the garage, and you get them out, open them up again, aren't they just filled with memories when you start opening you know, things, or all these associations you have with different ornaments and, you know, things that I've made, things that other people have made for me to hang on the tree or put beside the tree. And I've also decorated the top of my other piano, and I am so over the moon with the lights that I found, these gnome lights, and I could not walk away from them when I saw them in the shop the other day. So we now have a whole load of gnome lights on top of the piano, which make me smile every time I look at them. Back to making things, and yeah, beside me here I have a whole array of mice that I've made because I've just had a sudden obsession with making mice. So alongside trying to get Christmas presents made for people, although maybe one or two of these will be given away, I don't know. Anyway, yes, I've just been completely obsessed with making mice. And I think it was started, I'm blaming Jeanette from Crafty Cleggs Creations, because she first of all showed, I mean, she's been so busy making all sorts of things for Christmas, but she showed this little Snowball mouse by Kate Eastwood, and I thought, right, I've got to make that. And despite Jeanette's warnings about this fluffy crocheting with this fluffy yarn, yes, I still went ahead with it because it just looked so cute. And I had already made the pumpkin mouse by Kate Eastwood as well, so I thought it'd be nice to have a Christmassy one. I haven't decided yet whether to add a string and just hang her from the tree, or she might just sit on a branch, or she might be gifted to somebody. I haven't decided. It was reasonably easy to make, this pattern. I find it really interesting how, because I've made so many mice, how the patterns differ. And so this one was definitely head separate, ears separate, and you had to sew them on. And then the body was a separate thing. What a job the body was. Oh my goodness. I used skate piers for the main part of the body and the pink bits as well. And then this fluffy yarn is Drops. Oh, what's it called? Soft Fun. I can't quite remember. I'll put it on the screen. I can find out what it was. Yeah. So it was horrible to crochet with. I never want to crochet with it again. It's fine to knit with. I don't really have a problem with knitting with this kind of yarn, but crocheting, oh my goodness. You just can't see where to put your hook. You just have to do it by feel and guesswork. And yeah. And then I didn't read the pattern. Always read ahead. It's always good to read ahead, because I actually sewed the ears onto the head when I finished making the ears, and then it said it didn't say not to do that. It just said it hadn't told me to sew the ears on, and the reason was that you were supposed to knit the little cap and then sew the ears on top of that. So I hadn't. So of course that meant I had to fudge it. So all I did was I crocheted a little circle that I sewed on, and then I knitted a long, because I was so fed up with crocheting it, I knitted a long strip that I then just sewed on. And you can't really tell that it's any different to how it's meant to look. And yeah, it's very interesting that the arms, usually with most little crochet toys that I've made, the arms are knitted in the round. You just go round and round and making a long thin tube, which is always a bit fiddly. Whereas this one was made these arms and legs were made with a long chain and then working into the chain, and then and doing a kind of bobble on the end for the hands and the feet, and then the tail as well was just a long chain with slip stitches in to make it a little bit thicker. So there we go, that's Snowball Mouse, and then that just set me going on wanting to make mice. And I was just about to start making the mice kits that I bought at Yarndale, and which I have actually made, so I'll show you these now. I bought a kit for making 2 grey mice and for 2 white mice, so I've just made one of each so far. The pattern does also come with a little jumper pattern that you can put on one of the mice, so I'll definitely do that. But this is Drops in a Pole that I've knitted it in, and it was quite hard work because I was using using a 3mm hook, so the yarn was probably a bit thick for the hook size, but I wanted them to be small mice, so I just managed, and they're rather cute. So again, this was made with the head separate to the body. You had to sew the head on, and yeah, you had to make the arms separately and sew them on, and ears as well. So there were lots of bits to sew together, which yeah, I prefer it. The fewer bits to sew together, the better. Yeah, I'm rather pleased with them. They're quite cute, quite cute little mice. So hopefully I'll get around to making the other ones, the other grey and white mouse. But just before I actually made them, I saw on Instagram that a lovely designer, the designer who designed the mouse in a suitcase pattern actually that I made, well, she brought out something called Christmas Mousefits. Well, I could not resist making them. And so I decided, the idea was that you made 1 mouse and then you made 3 Christmas outfits for the mice. But I've actually ended up making 2 mice and 3 outfits. And yeah, let's see, which is my favourite one. My favourite one definitely is the mouse in the Christmas tree dress. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful little mouse pattern, and this is the head and body are all in one. And although you make the arms separately, you kind of crochet them in as you go down, so you have to make the arms first. And isn't that just gorgeous? A little hat thing for the head with a star on it. And then it wasn't hard to do actually. It wasn't nearly as hard as I was imagining. And then we've got tiny little coloured bells on the point of each bit of tree branch, I suppose. And then the best bit of all are these tiny little slippers, which are meant to look like presents under the tree. Well, they do look like presents under the tree. That is just the most adorable little mouse I have ever seen. Got a long tail as well, there's a little hole in the back of the dress for the tail to come through. So there we go. So that's that one little mouse, and then the other one, I love this one as well. And she's wearing an angel outfit. So we've got I found the wings a bit tricky on this one, but otherwise I didn't have a problem with it. And yeah, look at her little halo. So it kind of hooks around the ears. And yeah, aren't you just the cutest thing? So I think that is all the projects and things I was going to mention today. So I think it's time to have just a little bit of relaxing Christmas music. So those of you who are very familiar with my channel, and maybe you've been watching from right near the start when I first started, or if you've just found me more recently but you've been catching up with everything that I've been doing, then you'll know that for the last 3 years I've done a kind of Vlogmas at this time of the year. Not proper Vlogmas, because I think proper Vlogmas is when people just actually chat each day about what they've been up to and, you know, show you things. But mine have been more like advent calendars, so like a little video advent calendar, something, a door that you open each day. And I've loved doing them, but they are very, very time consuming. And I was planning to do it this year again. Quite an involved one. I've got all my notes in my Vlogmas notebook, and yeah, but as it got to September and then October, I thought, I'm not going to find the time to do this. And I was feeling quite stressed about it as well, because I really, really wanted to do it. It's a lovely idea, I think. I think you'll really like it. It's probably most like the one I did in 2021, where I had little bits of stop motion animation and a story running all the way through it. And I loved doing it, but honestly, it did take me hours. But I haven't got so much time at the moment. I've got a lot more piano pupils than I did a couple of years ago, and all sorts of other things taking up my time. So I do hope that I can do that again, but not this year. So my idea this year is just to maybe drop in a few more times, so more than just weekly. And one of the things I enjoy more than anything at Christmas is sitting at the piano and singing, and having other people joining in too. So really, what I want to do this year is just invite you to sing along with me. Well, actually, I'm not going to do any singing in videos, okay? I'm just going to play the piano and I'm going to put the words on the screen. And I've had a lovely time finding out all about the history of the different carols. I knew bits and bobs of the more famous ones, but so I want to share some of those with you. And so the best way that you can make sure that you don't miss any of those, if I'm putting them out on different days to usual, is just to subscribe and click the notifications bell, and then you'll be notified if there happens to be, you know, a video from me popping up on a different day to usual. And then my idea ultimately is to just make a compilation without me chatting at all, and with lots of piano and words on the screen, so that you can just sing along to your heart's content at home. And I just love the idea of inviting everybody to join in with me. So that's always me. All of my family know every Christmas I'll be handing out the song sheets, and it's like, come on, we're all going to have a sing together. But it does make it good to sing, even if you're just sitting there by yourself and singing along to my piano. So just for today, I'm just going to end with one very famous carol, which hopefully, I can't imagine that you don't know it. It has got an interesting story to it as well, but I've chatted on quite enough today. So I'm just going to finish with the carol with the words on. I know that the words do differ. There's all different versions of the words and slight differences in the tunes as well. So, but here is my rendition of Silent Night. Well, I hope you had a nice little sing there. Or maybe not. Maybe you don't like singing. But I just love this idea that I can play the piano and put the words up, and then there might be lots of you out there just having a little bit of a sing-along to it. So I'm planning to do, I've recorded quite a few more carols, and if you have a favourite carol, and it needs to be one of the traditional carols rather than like a Christmas pop song, because otherwise I can't use them, even though I have some favourite ones. There's a copyright issue with lots of these things, so I have to stick to the traditional carols. So, but if you've got a favourite that you'd like me to include, then just write it down in the comments below. As I said, I've already recorded a few, but I've got lots more to do, and I'm quite happy to see if I can include any that you particularly like. Honestly, when I told my son what I was doing, I got a bit of an eye roll. Oh, you know, what are you doing that for? But this is my enthusiasm for singing Christmas songs, and I'm sure there's lots more of you out there who like having a bit of a sing. So anyway, we'll come back to that another time. I really must say goodbye to you now. So until I see you again, keep nice and busy, but not too busy. Take good care of yourself, and I will be back again very soon. Okay then, bye.